Welcome, beloved soul. Thank you for joining me today on this divine journey. I'm so grateful you found your way to this message because your presence here is no accident. The heavens have guided you to these words at precisely the right moment. Take a deep breath and center yourself, for what I'm about to share comes directly from the angelic realm, a message meant specifically for you. The divine has been working tirelessly behind the scenes of your life, orchestrating connections and opportunities that your human eyes cannot yet perceive. Today, I bring you extraordinary news. Angels say someone young and rich is asking the divine for a chance to marry you. Yes, you heard correctly. At this very moment, there exists a soul financially blessed and youthful in spirit who has been praying for divine intervention to bring you two together. Before we continue deeper into this revelation, I invite you to type "I am ready" in the comments below. This simple act of faith will signal to the universe that you're open to receiving this blessing. The angels are watching for your response. Beloved, they recognize when your heart aligns with heaven's intentions. This wealthy soul who seeks you has been on their own journey of preparation. They've accumulated not just material wealth, but spiritual wisdom. They've been refined through life's challenges, molded by divine hands into someone worthy of the love you carry. The angels have whispered your essence to them in dreams and quiet moments of reflection. Though they may not know your name or face yet, they recognize the energy of your soul. You might wonder why this connection hasn't manifested already. Divine timing is perfect timing, beloved. The universe has been waiting for both of you to reach the necessary level of healing and growth. Every disappointment you've faced, every relationship that didn't work out, these weren't failures, but divine redirections. They were protecting you, preparing you for this union that approaches. The angels have shown me that this person has been praying specifically for someone with your qualities, your compassion, your resilience, your unique perspective on life. These are the very attributes that have drawn their spirit toward yours across the cosmic expanse. When two souls are destined to meet, the entire universe conspires to make it happen. No distance is too great, no obstacle too formidable. Take a moment now to type "I trust divine timing" in the comments. Let this declaration rise like incense to the heavens, affirming your faith in the perfect unfolding of your love story. You may be experiencing synchronicities lately, moments of déjà vu, unexpected encounters, dreams that feel more like memories. These are breadcrumbs on the path to this destined meeting. Pay attention to the signs around you. The angels often speak through subtle hints and gentle nudges. That unexpected invitation you're considering declining? That new place you've been thinking about visiting? These could be the very circumstances orchestrated for your paths to cross. This wealthy individual who seeks you isn't just financially prosperous. Their richness extends to their character, their generosity of spirit, their capacity to love deeply and authentically. The divine doesn't measure wealth merely in material possessions, but in the abundance of the heart. This person has been blessed with both, prepared specifically to share their bounty with a deserving soul you. They've been asking the angels for guidance in finding true love, not superficial connection, in a world where genuine bonds are increasingly rare. They've remained patient, trusting that heaven would lead them to someone whose soul complements theirs perfectly. The angels have heard these prayers and have been moving pieces into position for your divine encounter. Now, beloved, I must address the doubts that may be arising in your heart. Perhaps you're thinking, this couldn't possibly be meant for me. Or maybe, I'm not ready for such a blessing. These doubts are natural, but they stem from past wounds rather than present truth. The divine sees your worthiness even when you struggle to recognize it yourself. You have been chosen for this blessing because you deserve love in its most magnificent expression. Type "I am worthy" in the comments, beloved. Declare this truth over your life and watch how it begins to reshape your reality. The angels rejoice when you acknowledge your divine value. The person seeking you has faced their own journey of disappointments. They've encountered those who were attracted to their wealth rather than their essence. They've weathered relationships built on shallow foundations that crumbled under life's pressures. Through these experiences, they've developed discernment, the wisdom to recognize authentic love when it finally appears, and the angels have been preparing them to recognize. Your paths may have already crossed briefly. Perhaps in a moment so fleeting you barely registered their presence, or perhaps you're still moving toward that initial encounter. Either way, the magnetic pull between your souls grows stronger with each passing day. The divine orchestration is reaching its crescendo, bringing harmony to notes that have been playing separately for too long. This wealthy soul has been investing not just in their financial portfolio, but in their spiritual development. They understand that true wealth lies in wisdom, compassion, and love. They seek a partner who values these treasures above material riches, someone who will appreciate their success without being defined by it. The angels have shown them glimpses of your heart, revealing your authentic nature. Beloved, type "I embrace my destiny" in the comments as a powerful affirmation of your willingness to receive this blessing. Your words carry creative power when aligned with divine intention. You might wonder how this meeting will occur. Will it be dramatic and unmistakable, or subtle and gradual? The angels rarely reveal every detail of divine orchestration, as human expectations can sometimes interfere with heaven's perfect plan. What matters is your readiness to recognize this soul when they appear. The divine will ensure you both feel that unmistakable resonance, that soul-level recognition that transcends logical explanation. This wealthy individual has been preparing their life to welcome you. Perhaps they've recently purchased a new home with space for two lives to merge harmoniously. Maybe they've been inspired to travel to places that will lead them toward you. They might be developing projects or ventures that align with your passions and purpose. The angels have been guiding these preparations, knowing the divine appointment that awaits. Your life, too, has been undergoing preparation. Though you may not have recognized it as such, those new interests you've developed, the skills you've been refining, the internal healing you've undertaken, all of these have been preparing you for this significant relationship. Nothing in your journey has been wasted. Every experience has contributed to shaping you into someone ready for a love of this magnitude. Take a moment to reflect on recent changes in your life. Have you felt drawn to new environments? Have unexpected opportunities appeared? Have certain relationships naturally concluded, creating space in your life? These shifts are often the divine rearranging circumstances to make way for new blessings. The universe never removes something without planning to replace it with something better aligned with your highest good. Beloved, type "I am open to miracles" in the comments. This declaration creates energetic openness that allows the divine to work more freely in your life. The angels have shown me that this wealthy soul who seeks you has been feeling increasingly restless lately. They sense the proximity of significant change. In quiet moments, they feel your energy drawing closer. Though they cannot yet name this sensation, they may be experiencing unexplained joy or anticipation, their spirit recognizing what their mind doesn't yet comprehend. This soul connection transcends physical awareness. The divine has carefully considered the timing of this union. This isn't a blessing meant for some distant future, but one that's moving rapidly toward manifestation. The heavens understand the longing in your heart, the prayers you've whispered in your most vulnerable moments. Those prayers have been heard, honored, and are now receiving their answer in the form of this divinely orchestrated relationship. You might wonder about the practical aspects of uniting with someone of significant means. Will there be challenges related to lifestyle differences or social expectations? The angels want you to know that this soul values authenticity above all else. They seek someone who will love them for their essence, not their assets. Your genuine nature is precisely what has drawn their spirit to yours across the cosmic expanse. This person has likely grown weary of connections based on superficial attraction. They've yearned for someone who sees beyond the exterior, who recognizes and cherishes their true self. In you, they will find that profound recognition, the experience of being truly seen, perhaps for the first time. This is the gift you bring to this union, more valuable than any material wealth. Beloved, please type "I receive this blessing" in the comments. Your acceptance creates a receptive channel for this divine gift to flow into your life without obstruction. The angels have shown me that this wealthy individual possesses not just financial resources, but a generous spirit. They find joy in sharing their abundance and using their position to create positive change. They've been seeking a partner who shares this vision, someone whose heart resonates with compassion and service. Your natural inclination toward kindness and empathy has been noted by the heavens and marked you as their perfect counterpart. This soul has likely achieved significant success at a relatively young age. This rapid ascension hasn't been merely for personal gain, but to prepare them for greater purpose, a purpose they will fulfill alongside you. Together, your combined energies will create ripples of positive impact, extending far beyond your immediate circle. The divine sees the potential of your partnership, not just for personal fulfillment, but for collective blessing. You may have experienced periods of inexplicable loneliness, despite being surrounded by people who care for you. This paradoxical isolation wasn't punishment, but protection. The divine creating a sacred space within you that only the right soul could fill. That emptiness you've sometimes felt has been a holy vacancy, awaiting its divinely appointed occupant. The angels want you to understand that this blessing comes with responsibility. Great love requires great courage, the courage to remain authentic, to be vulnerable, to grow beyond comfortable limitations. Are you willing to expand into the magnificence of this divine opportunity? Are you prepared to meet this blessing with an open heart and willing spirit? The universe never gives us more than we're equipped to receive, though sometimes we must stretch to embrace our full capacity. Type "I accept this responsibility" in the comments, beloved. Let the heavens witness your commitment to honoring this sacred gift. The wealthy soul seeking you has been divinely protected from unaligned connections. Perhaps they've experienced relationships that seemed promising initially, but ultimately revealed incompatibility. These weren't failures, but divine interventions. Heaven itself creating boundaries around their heart until the appointed time for your meeting. They may not understand this protection yet, but they will recognize its purpose when they find you too have been similarly guarded. Those relationships that didn't flourish, the connections that faded despite your best efforts, these were merciful redirections. The divine has been keeping you available for this specific union. Though such protection may have sometimes felt like abandonment, trust that even the loneliest seasons have been serving your highest good, preparing you for joy beyond what previous relationships could have offered. This wealthy individual has likely reached a point of surrender in their search for love. They may have told the universe, "I release my own limited vision of what my partner should be. Send me who I need, not just who I think I want." This surrender creates powerful spiritual momentum, accelerating the divine orchestration, bringing you together. Their readiness combines with yours to create the perfect conditions for manifestation. The angels have shown me that your initial meeting will carry a sense of familiarity, as if you've known each other before. This recognition stems from soul connection that transcends your current lifetime. You've likely traveled together in previous existences, perhaps made sacred agreements to reunite in this incarnation. The comfort and ease you'll feel in each other's presence will confirm this ancient bond. Beloved, type "I recognize divine connection" in the comments. This acknowledgement strengthens your spiritual perception, helping you recognize significant souls when they enter your life. This wealthy person seeking marriage with you has been developing patience, a virtue essential for lasting love. They've learned that meaningful connection cannot be rushed or forced, but must unfold according to divine rhythm. This patience will serve your relationship well, creating space for authentic development rather than pressured progression. The foundation of your union will be built on respect for natural timing and organic growth. You may wonder about practical compatibility. Will your lives mesh harmoniously despite potential differences in background or experience? The angels assure that these differences aren't obstacles but opportunities for expansion. You'll each bring unique perspectives that complement rather than conflict. Where you have developed certain strengths, they may have cultivated others. Together you'll create beautiful balance. The divine rarely brings together identical souls, as such mirroring would limit growth potential. Instead, heaven unites complementary energies, those who can help each other evolve into fuller expressions of divine potential. Your differences will provide the creative tension necessary for mutual transformation and expansion. This is sacred partnership. In its highest form, this wealthy individual has been learning important lessons about the true nature of abundance. They understand now that material resources are merely tools for expressing deeper values rather than measures of worth. They seek someone who embodies abundance of spirit, generosity, compassion, creativity, joy. These qualities flow naturally from your being, making you magnetic to this soul who recognizes genuine wealth. Beloved, type "I embody true abundance." In the comments, this declaration aligns you with the flow of universal prosperity in all its forms: material, emotional, spiritual. The angels have shown me that this person has been preparing their heart through specific experiences designed to develop empathy, humility, and wisdom. They may have navigated challenges that taught them the impermanence of material security and the enduring value of authentic connection. These lessons have cultivated the emotional maturity necessary for profound partnership with the soul of your depth. Your paths toward each other have been divinely choreographed through seemingly random circumstances, decisions you've made intuitively, opportunities you've pursued or declined. These choices have been gently influenced by angelic guidance, keeping you on trajectory toward this divine appointment. Even choices that seemed insignificant may have been pivotal in positioning you for this blessing. This wealthy soul has likely been experiencing dreams or intuitive impressions of you, perhaps not your specific appearance, but the essence of your energy. They may have awakened with inexplicable feelings of anticipation or found themselves drawn to places, activities, or communities that resonate with your frequency. The subconscious connection between you strengthens daily as the physical meeting approaches. The divine has been carefully considering which mutual connections might facilitate your introduction. Perhaps you share an acquaintance who will play Cupid without realizing their cosmic role, or maybe you'll encounter each other in a setting that reflects shared values or interests. The specifics of your meeting have been lovingly planned to provide the optimal context for recognition and connection. Beloved, type "I trust divine orchestration" in the comments. This affirmation surrenders control to the infinite wisdom that arranges circumstances for your highest good. This wealthy individual who seeks marriage with you has been divinely prompted to create space in their life, physical, emotional, and energetic room for profound partnership. They may have recently concluded projects, relocated, or simplified their social calendar. These adjustments weren't random, but divinely inspired preparation for the relationship approaching. They're creating sacred space for love to enter and flourish. You too have likely felt prompted towards similar preparation, though perhaps without understanding its purpose. Have you felt drawn to release old belongings, conclude certain relationships, or resolve lingering emotional attachments? These impulses toward clearing and closure aren't coincidental, but divinely orchestrated, creating necessary space for new beginnings. The angels want you to understand that this union will transcend conventional romance. While it will certainly include deep attraction and chemistry, its foundation will be spiritual alignment, shared values, compatible visions, complementary purposes. This soul isn't seeking merely a partner, but a co-creator, someone with whom they can build something meaningful that extends beyond personal satisfaction to collective contribution. This person has likely reached a point in their success where they've recognized the emptiness of achievement without someone to share it with. Material abundance without emotional and spiritual fulfillment creates a particular type of poverty, one that can only be alleviated through authentic connection. They've been praying specifically for someone who values presence over presence, substance over status. Beloved, type "I value authentic connection" in the comments. This declaration helps align your energy with souls who seek genuine relationship rather than superficial interaction. The angels have shown me that this wealthy individual possesses a playful spirit beneath their accomplished exterior. They've maintained childlike wonder despite adult responsibilities, a quality that will create joyful balance in your relationship. Together you'll find that perfect harmony between serious purpose and light-hearted pleasure, weaving both into the fabric of your shared life. You may have recently felt drawn toward personal development, perhaps exploring new spiritual practices, creative expressions, or modes of self-care. These seemingly personal pursuits aren't just for individual growth, but preparation for partnership. As you become more fully yourself, you become more recognizable to the soul seeking yours, authentic. Self-development creates the energetic signature that will draw your divine counterpart to you. This wealthy person has been learning to trust their intuition above logical analysis or external advice. They've recognized that conventional wisdom about relationships often leads to conventional results. While they seek something extraordinary, this intuitive development will serve them well in recognizing you when you appear, as the heart often perceives what the mind cannot immediately comprehend. The divine has been carefully cultivating patience in both of you, not the passive waiting that breeds frustration, but active preparation filled with purpose. This patience will protect your relationship from premature expectations or rushed intimacy, like fine wine or aged cheese. The most exquisite connections often require proper timing to reach their full potential. Trust that any perceived delay serves the ultimate quality of your union. Beloved, type, "I embrace divine patience" in the comments. This affirmation aligns you with cosmic timing, preventing the frustration that comes from forcing outcomes before their appointed season. The angels have revealed that this wealthy soul who seeks you has been developing discernment, the ability to distinguish between attraction based on projection and connection based on authentic recognition. They've learned through experience to identify the subtle differences between infatuation and genuine resonance. This discernment will serve as protection, ensuring they recognize your unique frequency amid the noise of casual encounters. You've been developing similar discernment, though perhaps unconsciously. Those inexplicable moments when something felt off about a potential connection. That was your soul's wisdom protecting you from misalignment. The divine has been refining your internal guidance system, ensuring you'll recognize truth when it stands before you. Trust these subtle internal signals as you move forward. This wealthy individual has likely been investing in self-knowledge, perhaps through therapy, spiritual practice, or introspective disciplines. They understand that meaningful partnership requires self-awareness, as we cannot offer authenticity without first knowing ourselves. This inner work has prepared them to meet you from a place of emotional honesty, rather than unconscious need or projection. The angels want you to know that this connection won't eliminate life's challenges, but will provide sacred partnership in navigating them. Together you'll face obstacles with combined strength, wisdom, and resources. The divine brings together souls, not just for comfort and pleasure, but for mutual support through life's inevitable difficulties. Your union will be forged and shared purpose rather than merely shared enjoyment. Beloved, type, "I welcome sacred partnership" in the comments. This declaration opens your heart to connection that encompasses both joy and challenge, pleasure and purpose. This wealthy person who seeks marriage with you has been learning to balance worldly success with spiritual groundedness. They understand that external achievement without internal development creates dangerous imbalance. This wisdom will create healthy foundation for your relationship, one that values both material comfort and spiritual richness, practical stability and transcendent connection. The divine has been orchestrating circumstances to ensure you both enter this relationship as whole individuals rather than fragmented souls seeking completion through another. True sacred partnership unites two complete beings who choose interdependence. Rather than two incomplete beings trapped in codependence, your previous experiences, even the painful ones, have been steering you toward wholeness and readiness. This wealthy soul has likely been feeling increasing dissatisfaction with superficial connections in their social circle. They may have begun withdrawing from environments that once seemed appealing, but now feel empty or inauthentic. This growing discernment isn't antisocial, but divinely inspired, creating space and attention for the meaningful connection approaching. They're being prepared to recognize depth when they encounter it. You may have noticed increased synchronicity in your life lately, meaningful coincidences that seem to carry messages or guidance. These aren't random occurrences, but divine communication, breadcrumbs on the path toward your destined meeting. Pay attention to repeated themes, unexpected connections, or dreams that feel particularly significant. The universe speaks through patterns for those attentive enough to notice. Beloved, type "I notice divine guidance" in the comments. This affirmation sharpens your spiritual perception, helping you recognize the subtle ways heaven communicates with you daily. The angels have shown me that this wealthy individual possesses emotional intelligence that transcends their intellectual or financial acumen. They've developed the capacity to understand nuanced feelings, to communicate with compassion, to navigate relational complexity with grace. These qualities will create the emotional safety necessary for profound intimacy to flourish between you. Your relationship will serve purposes beyond personal fulfillment, extending into collective contribution. The divine often brings together souls whose union will generate positive impact beyond themselves. Your combined resources, material, intellectual, creative, spiritual, will overflow into blessing for others. This shared purpose will add meaningful dimension to your connection, anchoring it in service rather than mere personal satisfaction. This wealthy soul has been experiencing increasing clarity about their values and priorities. They've reached a stage of development where they can articulate what matters most to them beyond conventional success markers. This clarity allows them to recognize resonance when they encounter it, to identify the soul whose values complement and enhance their own. They'll recognize this alignment in you. The divine has been gently redirecting both of your paths to ensure your meeting occurs in the optimal context. Perhaps opportunities have unexpectedly disappeared or appeared. Relationships have naturally concluded, or interests have shifted. These adjustments aren't random but divinely orchestrated, ensuring your initial encounter happens under circumstances that facilitate authentic connection rather than superficial interaction. Beloved, type "I follow divine redirection" in the comments. This declaration shows your willingness to trust the path unfolding before you, even when it differs from your expectations or plans. The angels have revealed that this wealthy individual who seeks marriage with you has been developing healthier relationship with material abundance. They understand that resources are meant to flow rather than stagnate, to serve rather than control. This wisdom will create beautiful balance in your partnership, utilizing prosperity as tool for positive impact, rather than measure of worth or source of security. You've been developing complementary wisdom about abundance, perhaps, learning to receive graciously rather than deny your worthiness. or to recognize the many forms of wealth beyond financial measurement. These lessons will create harmony in your union, allowing prosperity to serve your shared vision without becoming source of imbalance or conflict. This wealthy soul has likely been feeling increasingly drawn toward simplicity despite their means. They may be recognizing that accumulation often creates complication rather than satisfaction. This growing wisdom will serve your relationship well, focusing attention on experiences and connections that generate genuine fulfillment rather than temporary distraction or superficial status. The divine has been carefully cultivating both independence and interdependence within you, the capacity to stand firmly in your sovereignty while remaining open to meaningful connection. This balanced development prepares you for healthy partnership that enhances rather than diminishes your individual essence. True sacred union magnifies the unique light of each soul rather than dimming either to accommodate the other. Beloved, type "I balance independence with openness" in the comments. This affirmation creates harmonious energy for partnership that respects individual autonomy. While celebrating intimate connection, the angels have shown me that this wealthy person seeking you has been developing deeper understanding of time as precious resource beyond money or material possessions. They recognize that genuine presence, the gift of undivided attention, often proves more valuable than any physical offering. This wisdom will create beautiful foundation for relationship built on quality connection rather than quantifiable expressions of affection. Your paths have been divinely aligned to cross at precise moment in your respective journeys when both are prepared for the magnitude of this connection. Earlier meeting might have resulted in missed opportunity due to unreadiness. Later encounter might have required unnecessary longing or development in isolation. Trust the perfect timing orchestrated by cosmic intelligence that sees beyond limited human perspective. This wealthy soul has likely been experiencing increasing clarity about the difference between companionship and true partnership. They've recognized that many relationships provide pleasant company, but few offer profound collaboration toward shared purpose and mutual growth. They seek not just someone to spend time with, but someone to build meaningful life alongside. They will recognize this potential in you. The divine has been carefully cultivating your capacity to receive love fully, perhaps through experiences. This development prepares you to accept the blessing approaching without unconscious resistance or limitation. True abundance requires as much skill in receiving as in giving. Balance that creates healthy flow rather than imbalanced dynamic. Beloved, type "I am ready to receive fully" in the comments. This declaration removes unconscious barriers to accepting the love, abundance, and connection divinely intended for you. The angels have revealed that this wealthy individual who seeks marriage with you possesses refreshing humility despite their success. They understand that achievements result from combination of privilege, opportunity, effort, and grace rather than personal superiority. This grounded perspective will create healthy foundation for partnership based on mutual respect rather than power imbalance or unhealthy hierarchy. Your connection will be characterized by continuous growth, not the painful stretching of incompatibility, but the joyful expansion that occurs when souls inspire each other toward greater expression of their divine potential. True sacred partnership functions as gentle catalyst, each partner encouraging the other's evolution through both support and challenge offered in perfect balance. This wealthy soul has been divinely guided to create lifestyle that allows space for meaningful relationship. Despite their professional demands, they may have recently restructured priorities, delegated responsibilities, or simplified commitments. These adjustments weren't merely practical, but spiritually significant, creating necessary space for love to enter and flourish without being crowded out by competing demands. The divine has been carefully developing your discernment regarding the difference between intuitive guidance and fear-based hesitation. This refined perception will serve you well in recognizing genuine soul connection when it appears, preventing confusion between authentic resonance and familiar patterns that might feel comfortable but lack spiritual alignment. Beloved, type "I trust my refined discernment" in the comments. This affirmation strengthens your ability to distinguish between fear and intuition, between habitual patterns and divine guidance. The angels have shown me that this wealthy person seeking you has been healing relationship with their own worthiness, recognizing that their value transcends both achievements and failures. This internal development creates healthy foundation for partnership based on mutual appreciation rather than validation seeking or approval dependence. They will bring to your relationship sense of inherent worth that complements rather than depletes your own. Your connection will be characterized by beautiful balance between comfort and growth, between acceptance and inspiration. The divine rarely brings together souls merely for peaceful coexistence, but rather for dynamic co-creation that honors both security and expansion. Your relationship will provide safe harbor while simultaneously encouraging brave exploration beyond familiar shores. This wealthy soul has likely been developing deeper understanding of intimacy beyond physical or emotional dimensions, recognizing spiritual and intellectual connection that transcends conventional relationship. This expanded awareness prepares them to recognize and appreciate the multi-dimensional bond possible between your souls, connection that encompasses but isn't limited to romantic expression. The divine has been carefully cultivating your capacity for healthy boundaries, the discernment to distinguish between selfless love and self-abandonment. This development prepares you for relationship that honors individual needs while celebrating unity, creating dynamic balance rather than enmeshed codependence or rigid separation. True sacred partnership dances gracefully between autonomy and communion. Beloved, type "I honor healthy boundaries" in the comments. This declaration creates energetic protection that allows love to flow freely without compromising personal integrity or sovereignty. As we approach the conclusion of this divine message, I want to emphasize that the angels are actively working to bring this blessed union into manifestation. Their efforts continue beyond your awareness, arranging circumstances, removing obstacles, and creating optimal conditions for your divinely orchestrated meeting. Trust this sacred process unfolding perfectly according to divine timing. Remember that readiness often precedes manifestation. Continue your personal development, spiritual practices, and self-care routines. These aren't merely pleasant activities, but essential preparation for the magnitude of blessing approaching. The more fully you become yourself, the more recognizable you become to the soul divinely intended for yours. This wealthy individual seeking marriage with you has been divinely selected, not because of superficial compatibility, but because of profound soul resonance. Your energies complement each other in ways that transcend human understanding, creating potential for relationship that serves both personal fulfillment and collective contribution. The divine orchestrates such unions with infinite wisdom and perfect love. As our time together concludes, I invite you to type, "I receive this divine blessing," in the comments as final declaration of your willingness to accept what heaven has prepared for you. Know that your openness creates channel through which this blessing can flow unobstructed into your experience. The angels surround you with love, protection, and guidance as you move forward on this sacred journey. They celebrate your willingness to trust divine orchestration, even when human vision remains limited. Continue walking in faith, beloved soul, knowing that every step brings you closer to the divine appointment that awaits. Your heavenly assigned partner approaches, guided by the same loving hands that lead you. Your paths converge with divine precision, creating beautiful tapestry of divine love made manifest in human experience. Thank you for watching.